That shoulder game,
Yeah.
playing with Emmett. Oh my man, Emmett. To me, Emmett is the greatest running back of all time.
The amount of respect he won in the Giants locker room that day was massive.
He wasn't the fastest. He wasn't the biggest. And to those who never watched closely enough, he was easy to overlook. But when the game was on the line and the yards had to be earned, there was nobody better. Through grit, vision, and an unbreakable will, he carried the ball further than anyone in the history of professional football. The all-time rushing leader, a legend built 1 yard at a time.
That shoulder game,
Yeah.
playing with Emmett. Oh my man, Emmett. To me, Emmett is the greatest running back of all time. Now, I know we see Jim Brown, and God knows he's a beast. Now, Emmett was beasting Reggie White and the Jerome Browns. You know what I'm saying? So we see such devastating blows and such speed by a Jim Brown. We see such dynamicness and beauty in a Barry Sanders. But the combination of both with what we call a hit balance. I don't know if he had 4 or 5 legs, because every time somebody hit him this way, it kind of stands on back up on this leg and hit him this way. And he always made progress. You know, you can see Barry sometimes, and he'll dance and make some beautiful plays. And he's one of the greatest ever, so I'm not putting down on anybody. We're just breaking out comparative analysis and trying to really dig in and find differences. But sometimes that dancing got him in a lost situation. And then sometimes they even took him out in the end zone, red zone. You know what I mean? Emmitt Smith gave you both.
Emmitt Smith.
Man, he got all the records. Man, I love Emmett. Yeah. Good guy, great player. Emmett was not fast nothing in high school and college. Because people say, he ain't gonna be that good. I said, man, he runs tough. He's a tough player. I kept saying, if he gets on the right team, he'll be able to do it right.
Mm-hmm.
Got on the right team.
O-line and a quarterback.
Oh, God, about to have that.
And weapons.
Yep.
I don't think people understand how important it is if you're a running back to have a line and a quarterback.
Oh man, people don't really, they don't understand. I don't care how great you are. You could be the fastest, the biggest, but if you ain't got them guys up front, you might get away without having a quarterback. But if you ain't got the guys up front, you ain't going nowhere, because you got to understand them guys with that pros too. They're gonna hit your ass.
Absolutely.
He had all Pro Bowlers on their line.
That is their job. And you said it. People don't realize, how tough it is when you don't have an offensive line. When I got to Indy, brother, it was.
Emmett was good at waiting till them hoes come.
Yeah,
talking about hit them hard too.
Yep.
You know, when Emmett came into the league, he had clear vision on who he was and what he wanted to accomplish. And I think he's carried that into his post-career. He knows exactly what he wants to be doing now. He's got a good business going in real estate, doing a heck of a job with his wife, Pat, foundation, and doing a lot of good work in the community. None of Emmett's successes has surprised him. He's been very driven and determined ever since I met him. You know, when he's wearing that polka-dotted outfit with the flat-top haircut, and it hasn't changed. He's very motivated, and I'm real proud of him.
3 rushing titles, 1 record that has stood for over 2 decades and counting. He wasn't just a running back. He was a force of nature that defenses game planned for and still couldn't stop. Every carry, every yard, every touchdown was a statement. And the statement was simple. Nobody did it better.
The amount of respect he won in the Giants locker room that day was massive, because they knew what he was going through and they were blasting him. Bang, bang, bang. And he would just pick himself up, go back to the huddle. Play call would come in. It would be deuce over left tackle. Let's go again. Cowboy players, they remember players telling him, you don't have to do this. He wouldn't hear of it.
You're not buying that?
No, I mean, I don't think you have to be either or, honestly.
But how many discussions were there if Barry had Emmett's offensive line?
There was quite a few. A lot of them. But at the same time, I think they were so great at what they did. For example, Emmett had great balance as well.
Yes.
Very rarely did Emmett get hit and get knocked off balance. He would stay on balance like no one else.
Yeah.
You know, I know Barry had the great runs and the lateral movements, but when you think about Emmitt Smith, sometimes he was breaking a lot of tackles, once he got through that first wave, guys was hanging off him. So they both had, great balanced runners. But at the end of the day, this is how I looked at it, guys. So these guys was both in their prime when I was growing up.
Yep.
I loved both of them. And that's the reason why I couldn't pick.
Who you going with,
or 20. I ain't going with either one of them. That's why I wore number 21.
I
couldn't pick between 22 and 20.
I respect it.
Okay.
I was amazed at what he could do from a vision standpoint and a balance standpoint. Whether it's a hand or something that gets down and props him back up, or sometimes he doesn't even get his hand down, but he can contort his body in a way where he regains his balance and is up and running. And I don't think he ever got enough credit for his toughness. He was a tough runner. He didn't run out of bounds. He wants to go back in the game. But when you've got a bad shoulder, it affects everything you do. You're going to have shooting pain the rest of the game, and that's not even the part where you have a collision or you fall on it. He just kept fighting through it, and the stats that he put up, the numbers that he put up after that injury are unbelievable. For Emmitt to walk into the NFL as a rookie and say, when I leave this game, I'm going to be the NFL's all-time leading rusher. That's a great goal to have, but that's Walter Payton's record. I think a lot of people felt that it was one of those records that was set and was going to last.
They questioned his speed, and every single Sunday he took the field. He answered every doubt with his shoulder pads down and his legs churning forward. He didn't just survive in the most physical league in the world. He dominated it for 15 years straight. The most rushing yards in NFL history don't lie.
What about that day? Or what about that day when he was
That day
hurt?
was incredible. That day was incredible. You guys know how that came about. E and I would always step out and double trouble right before every game. And we would always talk. Like injuries, and if you're injured, that's one thing. But you hurt him. We got nothing to do with you hurting. We knew we were going. We made a pact to come in here. We knew we were going to be hurting. So, like, I remember one game in Washington, I had a torn rib, my rib cartilage, and I could barely breathe. And then it was like, hey, he said, wait a minute. He said, hey, can you stand? He said, so I stand, but okay, I'm gonna have to go out. He said, they don't know you hurt. You stand out there and keep the safety out there and let me run. That's the mentality. So we were in this game, and Emmitt had got hurt. He hurt his shoulder, and I was trying to say the same thing to him. I said, they don't know you hurt. You just sit back there, get that safety in the box, let me win this game.
Yes.
But I think they forgot and handed the ball off to him. And after that, it was over. I mean, the dude put on an incredible performance.
I was just so excited. Anything that I could do to try to put me on the same path as the greatest running back of all time, I was trying to do it. I remember I would always wear a suit to the game, on the plane, and then wear the suit again the next day. He said, Fitz, a real professional never wears the same suit 2 days in a row. He said, you wear one suit to the game with a different suit on, and you come home, and that's what a true professional does. And I still, to this day, I won't wear the same suit 2 days in a row.
He came in doubted and left untouchable. Every yard he gained was a yard nobody thought he could get. Every record he broke was one nobody thought he could reach. But that was always the fuel, the doubt, the noise, the low expectations that never once slowed him down. The greatest rusher in NFL history didn't happen by accident. It happened by will.